Hello, welcome to the Anti-Diet Meals with Farah Kariamburi. I'm your host, deep health practitioner, keynote speaker, and the original founder of the 30-day Anti-Diet Challenge, the no BS way of professional women losing their weight. So that's why I teach, and this is my day 2 of helping you in the kitchen. So I'm inviting you in the kitchen because so many times I get asked, what is it that I should eat? This is one of the biggest hurdles most professional women have when it comes to making fast, quick meals, but they also need to fit in with their weight loss journey. So hence I have invited you in my kitchen. We're going to try and do this like every day. I promised myself big things here. So yesterday we made the chickpea and potato curry. Again, it's called a curry, but it took literally 15 minutes to put together. If you missed that video, be sure to check that. It's on my page, Farah Kariamburi, or if you're watching from the Anti-Diet Kickstarter, my new group, then you'll be able to see it in there too. So just go back and watch that video if you need to. So today what we're cooking? Today we are cooking chicken fajitas. Now I want to talk to you a little bit more about why I'm cooking this. Well, chicken fajitas come in like a packet like this. So you've got the tortilla wraps in there, you've got the sauce which goes on top of the chicken, and then you've got a small sachet of spice mix, right? Now, a lot of people that when they go onto a health a well-being journey, they think, well, these are processed foods, and why she's actually showing that. Now, I want to show you this because, in fact, this is one of the good foods to pick up from supermarket which are all ready to go. You've got to add your chicken, you've got to add some vegetables in it to enhance it. And that's what I'm going to show you. Now, today's Tuesday. We're in the middle of, the week. I haven't got lots and lots of time to start preparing tortilla wrap from scratch. Why would I? When actually the shop does a pretty good job. And also, if my carbs are kind of limited, and I eat mostly whole foods and least processed, then an odd time adding this, or once a week adding this to my diet, it doesn't actually matter so much. It's just super fast, quick and easy, and my kids love it. So it kind of ticks all the boxes. So let's go ahead and make this. So what I've just done, here I've got some chicken breast. So we buy our chicken from butchers every other week. We buy kind of a 5 kilo and we split it in little packets and we use it all through the week. And I've just put the spice mix which comes with it on it. So I've just sprinkled it and just left it there for maybe 5-10 minutes just before I set the camera up ready to show you guys. And then on here I've got some garlic, some onion and some pepper left over in the fridge. So whatever vegetables I have, I kind of try to chuck them in. Onion I'll definitely put in because it will give that crunch and also it will give nice taste to it. I've got garlic here, but this garlic isn't for here now. The garlic is actually going in here. We're going to make some kale. So I'm going to put some cooked kale in my wrap to increase my vegetables. Now a lot of people don't actually know how to make kale, or they think it's bitter and it's not nice. I'm going to show you how to make it super nice. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's go ahead and start the cooking process. Got my little frying pan here, which I'm going to cook my chicken in. And again, this chicken is going to be very quick and easy. It's going to be almost fat-free in terms of oils. Now, I eat healthy fats. And like yesterday, I used coconut oil. Today, I'm going to show you how to use some extra virgin olive oil. It's great for pasta dressing, but I'm not going to cook for too long today, so I'm okay to use this. And I'm literally using a teaspoon, no more than that. There's no need to put any more. And that is for family of 4, by the way. So as you can see, just making sure this is nice and hot. So as I put the chicken in here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you the kale. Not done nothing with kale at the moment. It's in the packet here. We're going to cook it with some garlic. So we're going to fry some garlic, and again, a small amount of oil. Then we're going to add this. And the reason I've chosen the wok to cook this, because I'm going to pop the lid on top. And I talked to you yesterday about keeping the nutrients in your vegetables. So I'm showing you how to cook this in a slightly more healthier way. Okay. All this food, by the way, this is what we eat on the 30-day anti-diet challenge as well, because this is foods that we love. It's really important to stick to what you like. So I'm going to add the chicken. You can hear some noise. And you can see the portion of chicken here is quite a lot because you need a good fist size or a palm size per person, including your kids. So the bigger the palm, the bigger portion you have. So I'm just going to let this cook. You can add any spices to this now. If you like it hot, then you can just add a bit more harissa paste in it or cumin, anything else. But I think the sachet actually does a really good job. I'm also going to add the onions in it, by the way, and it's going to go in now on top of the chicken and also the peppers. All done. Really simple, this, guys. We want the onions to be crunchy. We don't want it to be fully cooked, but the chicken must be cooked. So the pan was nice and hot. The chicken's getting brown already. We're going to leave that here for a little bit. We're going to start the process of kale. So we're going to just turn that pot on. In fact, I'm just going to move these around so you can see this one. But this one you're going to really enjoy as well. Again, I would say coconut oil for this one is nicer. Small amount of coconut oil, it's about half a teaspoon maybe, let's say full teaspoon of that. Coconut oil really good for your hands as well, by the way, just so you know. Don't know if you knew that or not, but I'm just telling you, put it on the back of your hands, even put some in your hair to condition it. Okay, so as the coconut oil gets heated, keep an eye on that chicken and those onions. Cooking off nicely here. Smells lovely in this kitchen. Okay, right, so we're going to just pour, sorry, not yet, we're going to put some garlic in it first. I will usually have my exhaust fan on, but if I put that on, you can't hear me, so I'm going to leave it off. So a little bit of garlic, 2 cloves, finely chopped, gone into my wok. And then, as soon as it gets a bit brown, the smell of garlic, who loves smell of garlic? Let me know below, on the comment below. Have to. Garlic's very good for your heart, by the way, so try and use it in as many dishes as you possibly can. And here's my cow, so half a bag there. And we're just going to add it in. Give it a really quick mix. And it's going to reduce in size, as you know. Oh my God, the smell in here is delicious. Beautiful smell. What are you guys cooking tonight? Let me know in the comment below. I love to have a conversation with you while I'm doing this. And I hope you're in the kitchen making your evening dinner too. So we're just going to show you this actually. So it's just kind of, it will reduce because mainly all these vegetables have a lot of water. So it reduce itself naturally. You can add some seasoning to this now. So I'm going to put some salt. Little bit of salt, and I will put a little bit of paprika in it. Again, you don't have to. You can just keep it to garlic, simple. I like to mix it up. There we go. That's all you need to do. And now we're going to pop the lid on because, like I said, we need to keep the nutrients in the food as much as possible. I'm going to swap them around just to show you. So that's really quite, it's ready. And let's see how our chicken is doing. You can see that chicken. I've used a shallow frying pan really purposely to show you how am I doing with this. Do it a little bit of a bigger pan maybe, but never mind. So this is just cooking away nicely. Exactly what we want. Peppers in there are still quite crunchy. Chicken is probably 50% already done. Why? Because I've cut it in a really small strip. So it's cut in tiny little strips. So if you're right now struggling with understanding what to cook, hopefully my daily cooking lives videos are going to help you, give you some ideas. The reason for me doing this is not just to show you different ideas about food, but also how to portion the food for you as a professional woman, and in the way that you can still have a look after yourself in terms of your weight loss. So if you're on a weight loss journey, rather than cutting out carbs and going on to diet plans or drinking shakes or having pills, that's not a sustainable way of living. So I always say to my clients, if it's a diet that you can follow for the rest of your life, do it. If it's a diet that you're going to only do for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, few months, then perhaps you won't be able to stick to it for a long time. What's the point of doing that? Because when you've got your initial weight loss, what happens after? You have no plan afterwards, because if you've taken all the carbs away from your food, you then introduce it back in. What's going to happen? You're going to put the weight on. You have to. So depending on whatever lifestyle, if you choose intermittent fasting, if you want to choose keto, whatever you want to choose, think about it, is this way of life? So if it works for you, then do it. There are some people who do fantastic intermittent fasting and they can carry that on. It's not for everybody. I always say that's not for everyone. If it works for you, then why not? As long as you do it and you stick to it, that you're not into a yo-yoing style lifestyle. Because it can be quite exhausting to be on a diet constantly. And this isn't a diet. This is about how you eat. So like I said to you yesterday, I knew today I'm cooking this, not because I'm coming on live and showing you. I always know what I'm cooking every single day of the week because I need to plan my food, which means I am planning what I'm making, what I'm buying in the supermarket. So I shop for my food in Aldi's every Saturday. So I'll go and buy what I need to buy, mainly fresh vegetables, fruit, meats from the butchers, and then that's it. And then I bring it home and I know what I'm doing with it. On a Sunday, I do a meal prep for our lunch. So our lunches are all cooked on Sundays for both of us. And my husband eats 2 lunches, not 1. So he has 14 lunches made for him, and I have 7. So I make turkey burgers, and then I have a big handful of salad with it, feta cheese. So that's my lunch. So always healthy and nutritious. And I absolutely love the flavor. It's really important to fall in love with your food. You will stick to it more if you love it. If you're going to keep making food that's boring, that's got no taste to it because it's a diet food, then you're not going to stick to it. That's my promise to you. I've seen and coached thousands and thousands of people now that the diets didn't work for them. They just didn't. Counting points didn't work for them. Counting calories didn't work for them. But if you're eating in this way, so generically, I would say if you're on a weight loss journey, the first thing to do is to stick to 3 carbohydrates, 3 proteins, 3 healthy fats, some size of healthy fats, and 3 lots of vegetables. Start there. And then as you get results, which you definitely will, you will then change some of the things in them, intervene further, depending on what weight, if you're doing any weight training, if you're doing any exercises, we will then change that accordingly. And if you needed to increase your weight loss, we may intervene with some of your carbohydrates or may put you on intermittent fasting. It depends. Depends on everybody. It's so different. So if your friend's doing a diet and really work for her, it might not work for you because your hormones may respond differently to the particular diet that you're following. But I would say always try and think about your health first and foremost rather than cutting everything out. We had a fantastic podcast this morning, my weekly guest today, and Anarchy, and she was saying, when you meet someone who's of your values and same passion about the helping others, she was saying exactly the same. If you're going to do something that you can stick to for long term, do it. If you can't, don't start doing that. And don't be all or nothing. People say, right, Monday today, going to cut out everything. From today, not having chocolate, doesn't work, guys. Because what are you replacing that with? If you don't have a plan to replace that with, then you're not going to stick to it. And that's why it's so important to think about before making those big acquisitions. Acquisitions, is that the right word? Big claims that you're going to give up on all of your chocolate from today. I mean, if you can stick to it, great. But is that way of life? Giving up chocolate that you absolutely love, is that way of life? Not really. It's not. And you know what I'm talking about because you've tried it already. Okay, so here we have our kale. I'm going to show you what this looks like. Move this chicken around. There you go. There it is. So the garlic is kind of like nice and brown on the bottom there, and this is cooked now. We don't need to do anything else to this. Would my kids eat this? Probably not. They will have baby leaf salad in their wraps, but me and my husband will have kale because we love kale. I love kale anyway. My whole family loves kale. My sister can just eat this with pork. There we go. So that kale needs to be turned off now. We don't really need this on. This is cooked. Now it's crunchy. It's not exactly It's really, really soft. But if you wanted it really soft, then you could do that too. And we're just finishing off our chicken here. I want to show you the serving portion. That's what I'm going to do next. Let's get a plate out and show you how I'll serve it. So, can you see it? Okay, so one wrap here, guys, is a portion for one person. So that is one person's portion, so female portion this is. Now if I was to wrap this up and just showing you this, this is how much carb you need to have at one sitting. So if you're on a weight loss journey in particular, you're watching the amount of carbs you're having, and that's how many carbs you have. So I eat 3 carbs a day. So I have a porridge in the morning, which is 25 grams that fits in my hand. For lunchtime, I'll have a piece of fruit with my lunch, because I don't like to have any rice or anything like that, not for lunchtime. And in the evening, I'll have either a handful of rice, pasta, wrap, what other things are? Potatoes, sweet potatoes, quinoa, couscous, any other carb. But the portion is where I got my result from. It's the portion. Increase your protein because you're probably not having enough. Not many people would have had protein for breakfast or lunch today. For fact, unless you're my client, you would have had it because you know better. But everybody else probably are not having, most people are not having enough protein in their diet. So here's my one wrap. And you might think, well, this is not going to fill me up. But how do you know that? Sometimes you think it's not going to fill you up because you're used to having more. Now, if you want to fill this up with a right amount of protein and right amount of kale, you will be full. And I'll show you how the serving portion works. Okay, so we have a wrap here. What I do is I actually warm my wraps up directly on the pot like this, just to give it a nice warm. And we'll check the chicken. We want to make sure the chicken is not pink in the middle and that every bit of chicken is cooked. I think we've definitely got that here. And what I'm going to do is just poke my fork in one of the big pieces there. Kind of burnt that a little bit. Here you go. And let's do a little test. That is really tasty. Okay, I burnt that. As you can see, this is live. Just going to change it to the other one. So, really quickly, I'm going to keep an eye on it rather than talking. You don't have to do it like this. You can do it in a pan, by the way. This is what I've learned from different backgrounds that I come from. Right, there we go. So, this is nice and warm now. So, what we're going to do is going to serve this now. So, we're going to take some chicken, some wrap, on the wrap. And my wrap is going to be an open kind of a wrap because I would like a lot more vegetable in it and making sure that enough portion of chicken is served for me. So this is a female portion I'm showing you. Okay. You can now add some coriander on top of that. I've run out of it. So coriander on top of that would be really nice. Even some spinach to add extra vegetables would be nice. However, I am having kale today, so I'm quite happy with the amount of vegetables I'm having. We're going to now add some nice big portion of kale on top of this wrap. All the recipes are available on my YouTube, by the way, if you wanted to go back and follow it. Like I said, they're very simple, by the way. There's no big, difficult ways of doing this at all. So here we are. This is chicken and kale wrap. I'll show you here. Okay, this is it. Now, you could add a dollop of yogurt to this if you wanted to. This sauce comes with it. You can add some of that to it if you wanted to. Again, a teaspoon isn't, or a tablespoon of this isn't going to hurt and isn't going to increase your calories massively, okay? It will taste good. That means you'll stick to it. That means you're going to buy it again and make it again. So you're literally going to fold this wrap up like this and you're going to eat it. I'm not going to eat it right now. I'm just showing you that. So that's it. This is the wrap done. My kids will have the other vegetables in it, and they will have maybe 2 each. Mine is going to be 1, and then my husband's probably going to have 3. That's the portion. One of the biggest mistakes we make sometimes is we serve ourselves and our partners the same food. Now, they're bigger than us, often. Okay, females are 30% smaller than male. Your food needs to be 30% smaller as well. So if you and your husband are both on weight loss journey, and you are serving yourselves exactly the same food, it isn't right. Simple as that, okay? It isn't right because your portion needs to be according to your size of your hands. And this is why I love the way I teach this. Your hands come with you everywhere. You don't have to count calories. I'm a busy mother, professional mom. I have no time to count calories or weigh my food, or I have no scales in the house to do stuff like that. So I know this is my portion, this is my dinner. What is wrong with that? Nothing. Carbohydrate, protein, vegetable, cooked in a little bit of healthy fat. Hope you've enjoyed my chicken and kale. I'm going to change the title actually, because I put chicken fajitas. It's actually chicken and kale fajitas cooked with a little bit of garlic. So I hope you've enjoyed that today, guys. It's not just about the food, it's about the portions, really important, especially on the weight loss journey. Hence, I brought this live to you, the anti-diet meals, so that you can really learn about how we eat in the 30-day anti-diet challenge, which is right now. We've started it, a new one in October, so I've started yesterday. So these guys are on their day 2, and we're building a foundation right now. So the week 0 is currently happening, where we record what foods we're eating, understand where we're at, and we know exactly what changes to make as we hit Monday next week. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, kind of similar time, around 4:30ish, and I will bring you a completely new dish. Tomorrow's meatballs actually. So tomorrow dinner is quick and fast, and still going to show it to you because I want to show you that actually you can eat this, you can eat pasta, but the portion is what's necessary to look at, and the vegetables. Thanks for being with me, guys. Thank you for watching. Have a lovely afternoon and evening, and I will see you tomorrow.